Hey guys, so welcome to Section 1, Module 1, the multidimensional nature of reality. So, one of the things I remember from my contact experiences is this feeling of oneness I have aboard the ships. This feeling of like connection to everything, and also this feeling of like being nurtured by creation, like I'm in the center of creation and not separate from it. And so a big part of the contact experience is the understanding that we're expanding into a higher dimension of consciousness. And so we're going to begin the course by talking about the nature of reality and give you guys a framework for understanding reality as I understand it today. So if we start at the beginning of time, we could say, so, linearly speaking, we could tell a story of creation. Of course, everything exists here and now, which we'll get to in a bit. But so the idea is that everything exists here and now as us, but we can describe the progression of creation, linearly speaking, in the manifest universe in a kind of linear fashion. So if we look at the ultimate nature of reality as being the absolute unmanifest reality. Imagine a black hole, passing through a black hole into the void of absolute unmanifest nothingness, just kind of dissolving into nothingness. And so the physical mind can't really understand this. It can sort of experience it to my understanding. And so we don't need to experience this for the nature of this course. However, just for a framework of the nature of reality, if we understand that our ultimate self is a kind of infinite nothingness, infinite vastness before creation was born. And us, as this infinite vastness, wanted to know ourselves, wanted to understand ourselves, because we couldn't experience ourselves in this state. We just knew that we were. So we birthed the manifest universe as we know it today, or the multiverse, infinite parallel universes, the manifest creation as we know it, what science would term infinity as we understand it today. The idea of creation, experiencing creation in every way creation can experience creation. The idea of infinity, the idea of everything exists. And so this is a reflection of our infinite unmanifest self in reality. We wanted to experience our infinite voidness, our infinite nothingness as infinite everythingness. And so infinity as we know it was born. And this is our true nature. This is what we're going to be going into the course. So I'm going to be beginning to take you deeper into your own self-realization, into your own understanding that you are source consciousness. You are the one infinite creator in form, and we are all connected. There is no separation in creation. So I like Bashar's framework for this, for describing this idea of reality. But the idea is that there are only a few fundamental laws in creation. The framework Bashar gives us is 1, you exist. 2, the one is the all is the one. 3, what you put out is what you get back. 4, everything exists here and now. And 5, everything changes except for the first 4 laws. And so the idea is that existence is fundamental to our nature because we are infinite consciousness and we are everything and we are experiencing physical reality. It's like kind of existence is fundamental. If we exist, we shall always exist. And so the idea is law 2, Law 2, the one is the all is the one. I believe Bashar is referring to the one as the absolute. So the idea is there is no separation. The absolute consciousness, the one is the all, is the manifest reality, the infinite manifest reality, the all is the one. There is no separation, and that is us, that is who we are. So there is no separation in creation. You are me, I am you. We are all infinite consciousness connected to everything in reality. So number 3, what you put out is what you get back. The idea that we create our own reality within our consciousness vibrationally. Our inner state of vibration creates our outer reality because there is no separation. We are one consciousness. Our outer reality and our inner reality is there is no separation. We are all one consciousness. And so the way we explore our infinite reality is through our vibrational state. We shift our frequency to the reality we want to experience, and that is created within our consciousness around us or attracted to us, the idea of the law of attraction. So the idea is that if we're giving off like positive thoughts, we create positive realities. If we're focusing on negative thoughts, we tend to attract chaotic experiences to us, because everything is a reflection of us. This is the idea of the law of attraction and visualizing money, and it will come to you. And it definitely works if you understand how to use it. But that's a whole deeper story. So the idea is law number 4, everything exists now. There is just consciousness. We are just consciousness, and everything exists here and now as us in this present moment. The reason we only experience what we're experiencing now is due to our vibrational frequency and our vibrational attunement. And as we shift our vibrational frequency and become more attuned to the higher dimensions through raising our frequency, this is where we can begin to go into extraterrestrial dimensions and extraterrestrial contact. So the idea is, what you put out is what you get back. You cannot perceive what you are not the vibration of. And this is very much relevant to the extraterrestrial contact experience, in that we hear so many stories of people having ET experiences and talking about like 4-foot tall foxes or like giant bumblebees or something. And this is the idea that you cannot perceive that you're not the vibration of. If you do not believe that these entities exist, you cannot literally see them in your reality, because we create our reality within our consciousness, and our beliefs create our reality, because our beliefs are ultimately what affect our vibrational output, our thoughts and our emotions. So the idea is that when we do not believe in extraterrestrials, we cannot see them. And so Bashar's final law, everything changes, the idea that everything is flux, everything is moving around us. So these are the laws of creation. I'd now just like to talk a little bit about the oversoul, our galactic consciousness, our soul, our higher self, our energy body, and our physical experience. So the idea is that we are ultimately infinite self. And reality is holographic in nature. Most scientists, a lot of prominent scientists today are coming to the understanding that reality, the universe, is holographic in nature. So a hologram in a child's toy is made up of many lenses that all contain the whole image. And when light is projected through it, as I understand it, it creates this vision of a dinosaur or whatever is in the kid's toy. And so the idea is creation is the same. Every part of creation contains the whole. Like you contain infinity, I contain infinity. And so the idea is that when we chose as infinite consciousness to begin to incarnate as like a galactic consciousness, the consciousness of this galaxy, and then within that create ourselves, form ourselves as oversouls, which are collections of many souls on Earth, and within that, having many souls, within that have our higher selves and our energy bodies and our individual unique missions. And the idea is that it's all our infinite self mirroring down through layers of creation. So our oversoul, or our galactic consciousness, the consciousness of us as the galaxy, is a mirror, is a reflection of our infinite consciousness. And we see this in like billions of stars and trillions of planets and trillions of beings within the systems. And like it's kind of infinity stepping down, infinity experiencing itself in a more condensed form. And so then we step down in consciousness, because it's all us. We're just stepping down through layers of consciousness so we can experience this physical experience. So we can say that the next layer of consciousness we step down into is the consciousness of the soul, the human soul. And so what our soul is made up of all our future lives, all our past lives, all our extraterrestrial counterparts, many extraterrestrials in other dimensions. We are actually aspects of our soul. We have projected our soul into incarnations in angelic realms, in extraterrestrial systems such as Arcturus, Sirius, Pleiades, Orion, Shekinah, Yael. Our soul has, for many of us, has incarnations in all these systems simultaneously here and now. And also angelic realms, also all our past lives, like Egypt, like whatever your past lives you sense into are, all our future lives, and all parallel incarnations, all other versions of us experiencing different experiences of Earth, very similar to this but slightly different, because this is the idea of infinity. Our soul contains many different versions of us, all here and now. And so again, this is the stepping down symbolically and mirroring and reflecting holographically, because we contain the whole in everything, this idea that we are exploring the idea of our infinite nature in a limited form, in a limited reality. And so our soul is another step down of our infinite nature. And we step down again into our energy body. Our energy body is perhaps our first access point into our consciousness. We have our 7 chakras, and then we have the 8th chakra. In Egypt, they call the Ka, which I believe is the soul, or the access point into the higher self, I might call it. And so we have this energy body that is again reflective and like a kind of symbolic holographic mirror of our infinite self, all surrounding around us. So this is our connection into infinity. This is our connection into extra-dimensional consciousness. Because what's occurring as we're going through this shift is that we're actually shifting into another dimension of consciousness, 4th density, which I'll get to in one of the next videos. And so the idea is, some people call it the 5th dimension, the age of Aquarius. You all know what I'm talking about. We're going through this shift of consciousness. And the idea is that we're merging our spirit consciousness with our physical reality. And the idea is that an access point into this infinite consciousness is through our energy body. So really the shift into this higher dimension of consciousness that we're going into is the shift from the understanding that I am a physical being to the shift that I am infinite consciousness, and the understanding that I am an energy body, that I am a mind-body-spirit complex. And like the spirit is becoming much more palpable in this dimension of consciousness. So our energy body, the Ka, and we'll be going into this further in the course, is our access point into our higher consciousness and 4th density awareness and interaction with the extraterrestrials. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a great day. Bye.